Hello everybody, my name is Randy Dillon.
And I'm Ziggy Chatwell.
And this is the first ever wrestling show for Segs and Ran
Wrestling show.
What we're hoping is, we're going to go over what the WWE has upcoming this Sunday, SummerSlam, happening on the
WWE Network.
And we're going to go over the matches, give our little input, what you can kind of expect for the matches, and not only that, what we feel can be better in WWE for us the fans. I've been a wrestling fan for what, 11 years? How long you been, Ziggy?
I don't want to say. I'm leaving an allure because I'll say since I was 9, but I don't want to give my age away because that would make that sound a little sad maybe.
Fair enough. So we're going to go over the matches, see how they're going to work out, and what we can expect better as fans, because we like WWE a lot, and we want to continue to grow and keep watching it as a better product. So the first match we're going over, Sheamus versus Cesaro, best of 7. What do you think, Ziggy?
Let's see now. I mean, these two are great wrestlers. They're great brawlers. They've proven that. I mean, they've had a great match on Raw, a couple of matches. But last time I checked, I mean, Cesaro won and he got a title match. But now we have a best of 7. It's like, hey, you win and nothing else. There's no prize. Like, what do they get out of this? You know, as Randy will tell you right now, what is the actual problem? Like, what are we going to do?
Exactly. The last best of 7 that took place was in 2005 for the United States Championship. But this one, what happened? Winner gets the world title match? Winner gets an automatic U.S. title match? Did the loser leave Raw? We don't know, but it should be a good match. Next match, we're going to be talking about The Miz versus Apollo Crews. Take it away, Ziggy.
Oh, well, this one, let's see now. I mean, there's been no build-up. I mean, I respect both wrestlers. Miz has shown he's a great worker. Crews has shown he's a great wrestler, but the Intercontinental title in this match, it just feels like it's a paperweight. There's no build-up. There's no anything. It's just, hey, we had a beatdown on SmackDown, and that was it. I don't know what to say about that. What do you think, Randy?
Fair enough. All we saw, like you said, SmackDown, Apollo slamming Miz in the match. That was it. We haven't heard anything about the IC title, the importance of it. It's a shame because the IC title has so much history and so many great wrestlers hold on to it. Our next match, we're going to talk about the 6 Diva Tag Team match. What do you think?
Oh, let's see now. I mean, you got 6 divas put together. Again, I feel this is a mishmash of, like, just throw everybody together and here you go, here's a match. It feels like a filler. I mean, there's no background to it. There's no anything to it. I just feel it's an honest waste of time, and it's a shame because the girls have worked so hard and they're great at what they do. And now there's a little wild card in there where Eva Marie is no longer there. So, what do you think, Randy?
It's interesting because actually Eva Marie was the one who started this. Didn't want to fight Becky Lynch. Alexa Bliss got through in the mix, and then she didn't want to fight Naomi. And we saw the little thing between Natty and Carmella. But the big question is, who's going to replace Eva Marie? Who do you think, Ziggy?
Well, I'm going to go with Nikki Bella because there's rumors that she's, cleared to wrestle now, and she's the only free agent, like a Heath Slater, where she can go between both shows. So I'm putting my money down on Nikki Bella.
Nikki's a good choice, but I would like to see someone else. I would like to maybe see Nia Jax, because all we've seen from Nia Jax is that she's dominated divas on Raw last few weeks, but nothing else. I want to see Nia Jax compete against the main divas in the roster and see how she fares. Is she ready? Is she not? How dominant is she? We will have to wait and see. The next match we're going to be talking about is the Divas title match between Charlotte and Sasha Banks. What do you think?
That one, there's another good one. I mean, NXT, they've shown what they can do. It was great. They had great build-ups on that show. I feel, again, it's a little lackluster. Sasha won the title. That's great. Now there's a story where Charlotte's coming in to challenge the title, but no build-up. And then we take it to the point where, Randy will tell you about Ric Flair and Dana Brooke.
Yeah,
what do you think?
Fair enough, because when Rick was with Charlotte, I thought it was alright. You had a little cheerleader, her dad, obviously, and then Flair was able to mentor Charlotte. So that I thought was a good thing. But when Dana she came in as an apprentice, but I think Dana's been more of a bodyguard, and Dana really hasn't played a big role. She really hasn't been more of an apprentice, because Dana, I think, has a good record at that point. That's a shame, because in NXT, she was a great diva.
Yeah, that makes sense. What's the next match we have on?
Our next match, we got a tag team match between Enzo and Kaz and Jericho and Kevin Owens.
This one, I mean, we obviously know. Enzo and Cash, highly entertaining, great tag team, great future ahead of them. Jericho and Kevin Owens? I mean, what are we doing here? Like, we have two great individual wrestlers. Owens is pretty much the next champion, or should be the next champion of the company. But he's being thrown to a mix with a tag team where it's like, we don't know what to do with you. Here you go. And I hope I'm wrong, but that's what it looks like.
No, fair enough. These are two great individual wrestlers. We think Jericho over the years, Owens have shown in the last year in WWE how great he is. But it's like you're putting two guys together, what's going to happen? If they lose, what's going to happen? If they win, are they a #1 contender for the tag team titles? We don't know, but it should be an interesting dynamic because these four guys, they can work great. They're going to put on a great match. Speaking of the tag team titles, our next match we're talking about, Gallows and Anderson versus the New Day. What do you think?
Oh, now this is a good match. I mean, New Day's been champion for almost a year, or pretty much a year now. They won it last year at SummerSlam, so I see that they're going to drop the titles. I mean, Gallows and Anderson look pretty much unstoppable, and it looks like it's their time. But I could be wrong. What do you think, Randy?
I do believe it is Gallows and Anderson tie, especially with Big E taking on the occasion. Hopefully he's doing well. But the other thing with the tag team division I want to talk about and the titles is, I feel the titles should be kind of more of an inter-brand where Vince talks about competition between the brands, between Stephanie and Shane. Why not have them fight it out for who gets to keep the tag team titles on a weekly or bi-weekly or monthly basis, where we can see one time it's on Raw, next pay-per-view on SmackDown, instead of having their own titles where it could diminish the tag team division because it has gone a long way in the last little while. And especially with all these great tag teams coming up from NXT as well.
Yeah, I'd like to add one thing to that. I mean, you asked about competition. If you look at it, when they first did the brand split, it was a competition for who would have the world title or the WWE title. And that was great. It got great viewage. And everyone was viewing and going, wow, I want to see this. Now with the tag team title, if you have one on SmackDown and one on Raw, where's the competition for that title? Where does the competition between the brands go? It just isn't there. And that also goes with the top titles as well. You have a title on one and a title on the other. There's no physical competition between the two. There's no reason to compete with each other. It's like you have your own titles.
I do agree with there, but we do believe, unfortunately, New Day has come to an end.
Unfortunately.
Our next match we're talking about is for a title, the U.S. title, Rusev versus Roman Reigns. What do you think, Ziggy?
Now this is a fun one. I mean, like we saw on Raw, Roman Reigns won the match. So what does that do for SummerSlam? Does that mean he loses the match? He wins via DQ? Where does it go? I mean, we know Rusev wants to go on his honeymoon with Lana and potentially have his wedding vows redone as well in Bulgaria. So does he drop the title or does he retain the title? Personally, I feel he wins via DQ, or he loses by DQ, sorry. And then on Raw, you got Roman Reigns picking up the title for a match that will actually make Raw look good.
Yeah, I do agree with you there, especially with Rusev, marrying Lana. By the way, I'd like to say congratulations to both of you too. But yeah, it's interesting. And also what I like about this match, Roman's getting pushed down, getting more time to develop. We saw with Roman, he's a great guy. He seems decent enough. But he's just not over with the fans, and unfortunate. So push him down, I think, is a good idea. Give him time to build up. But I don't think giving him a title right away is the right option. But we do believe either Roman will walk out the title, or he will win by a DQ, and Rusev will hang on the title and maybe have a match on Monday. Our next match is John Cena versus AJ Styles. What do you think, Ziggy?
Well, for me, I want AJ to win. I'm going to go out there and say that. But let's be honest. I mean, they diminished the first match, which had so much build-up, by putting Gallows and Anderson in to, help AJ win. And I understand what WWE did there. They were trying to make it look like the club was doing it. And it was great. But my problem is, as everybody else, it just ruined a great match that was built up so well. And now you've kind of lost that and put it to the side, and you're now just throwing this match together where it looks good, but it just doesn't have the same feeling. And let's be honest, the last time we had a match like this, John Cena's probably going to win it, because you got the first match to AJ, this match will go to probably John Cena, and then you're probably looking at a rubber match at some point down the line. And as my colleague Randy here will tell you, it's always happened.
It has, and the other thing is I like to point out with this match, we thought the first match, Gallows and Anderson really gave Styles the win. It wasn't in slight interference with the music play that distracted Cena. They pretty much just gave AJ the win. It's unfortunate because it would have been a great match to see what would happen, but we'll see what happens at SummerSlam. Now, the speculation is John Cena's going to win, but Gallows and Anderson will be in the building, so will the club interferes? If AJ really wants to prove he can beat John Cena, he got to beat it one-on-one, but we believe John Cena will win this match. And he has had an interesting rec at SummerSlam. He's lost his last 5 matches. I think he's due to win one. Our next match we're talking about is going to be for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler. I would like to say this much. Dolph Ziggler is a great guy. He's a great competitor. Ziggy can say as well. Do you agree?
Yeah, no, he is. I mean, he has that essence of a Shawn Michaels to me. I mean, he performs like him. He has that charisma as well. He's great. But the issue we have here is Dolph Ziggler, the last big match was against Baron Corbin. And last I checked, Baron Corbin beat him. So coming up here to a world title match, if he doesn't win, what happens? Where does it go? Does he go down to mid-card and start fighting the Apollo Cruzes, the Baron Corbins, the Kalistos, all these sort of people, and then they have a match or a chance to basically go for the world title?
Fair enough. And the other thing I'm interested in is what's going to happen to the loser of this match? If Dolph loses, does he get pushed off the face? Because we saw Survivor Series. He pretty much came and saved Team Cena until Triple H interfered, but he eliminated pretty much 3 guys. And the question is, he never got the push after. Is that the same thing going to happen again, or will he finally get the push? And Dean's been a good champion, but I'd like to see more from Dean in the run down the road. But we'll see. Our next match we're talking about is Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor for the Universal Championship. Universal. I don't like that name. Do you like that name?
I don't know. I mean, we've seen what Shane and Daniel done to make fun of it with a big U as a belt, and it just doesn't make sense. I don't know what other name they could come up with. They could have brought back the World Heavyweight Championship.
I don't think they could because the WWE Championship is called the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. But maybe they should have kept it on one the title as one for the competition with the brand. The superior brand hold it. 1 month to fight on Raw, next pay-per-view on SmackDown. It could be something like that, but I just feel with 2 titles, sometimes guys get a push and then they get thrown off the cliff. It just doesn't work out. But this will be a great match to watch. We know Seth Rollins, phenomenal. Finn Balor, terrific. It's going to be a great match, but the build-up been lacking. We haven't seen as much. As you saw on Raw, what did you see on Raw between the build-up?
All I really saw was Demon came out, scared Seth Rollins, and that was about it. I didn't see much more to it. But adding to that, I honestly hope that Finn Balor does win, because it will make it a bit of a change and a bit of a surprise to everybody, because everyone's sort of looking at Seth Rollins when he's that veteran technically in WWE right now. So I hope that Finn Balor does win, because it'll kind of put them on a level playing field. The first ever NXT champion was Seth Rollins. The first ever Universal champion will be Finn Balor. You have 2 guys with the same sort of credentials then.
I do believe you there. It would be interesting to see a guy like Ballard win, but I'm putting my money on Seth Rollins for the NXT champion, and I do believe they're pushing to that worth away since they return. Our final match we're talking about, the match they've been talking about for months. The Beast, Brock Lesnar versus the Viper, the Legend Killer, Randy Orton. The build-up has been good. Do you agree with me, Ziggy?
I do. I especially like how they've played it really well. So you've got like Paul Heyman saying, you'll never hit an RKO on
and
the
what happened?
and exactly, he hit it straight away as he was saying it, and that was awesome. That gave it a great build-up. And then Brock showing his speed and power by jumping the rail and just giving him an F5. Great build-up. But the question we have here is, what happens after this? Randy's coming back after almost 10 months out. He's going for a big match. Does he win and take away Brock Lesnar's allure of being that pay-per-view guy that brings in all those big numbers? Or does Brock win? And then what happens to the Viper? Does he go down to mid-card as well? Or because of all his troubles, he gets a title match?
Correct. I do agree. It's going to be interesting. I believe Brock Lesnar win. He's like no one else. We've seen his matches. He's only really lost technically 3 matches in WWE. 2 by pin, 1 by pass out. Last year against The Undertaker and John Cena and Triple H. So I'm doubting Lesnar's going to lose. Randy Orton, if he does a good job, does he get to put in title contention? Or does he get pushed down? One thing I do want to point out, though, there's rumors about it. Bill Goldberg might appear at SummerSlam. Have you heard about this, Iggy?
I haven't, no, but this is actually the first time I'm hearing about it. Obviously, Randy's a little bit more in touch with it, so I mean, this would be great. I mean, obviously, there's adverts for him for 2K17, so wouldn't surprise me if he showed up. And the last time Bill Goldberg was in WWE was against Brock.
So does Bill have something to prove to take down the big guy in Brock? We don't know, but could Brock win? Or is Bill going to help Randy to win? It's going to be interesting. We suggest you guys do tune in to watch SummerSlam. And also, give us your opinion. We would like to hear from you guys, the fans, what you think about this show. What would you like to see about this show more? Because as we know, as wrestling fans, we got to stick together because our voice is what really matters. We give the wrestlers what they get to come to entertain us. And we want to see more and better for us for many years to come. I appreciate you all watching this first wrestling show of the Segs and Rans
Wrestling Show.
I'm Randy Dillon.
I'm Siggy Chatwell.
And we wish you a great night and enjoy SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Have a good night.